Hello, today we are going to mount this Bushnell Legend scope on my Savage Youth right here. Let's have an unboxing of the scope. Let's see what we got here. Warranty card and some Bushnell scope instruction manual. Standard caps. Here we have the scope. There's a 3 to 9 side parallax adjustment. Okay, today we are going to mount the Bushnell Legend scope on this Savage. We already have the bases installed and the rings installed. So the first thing you want to do is secure your rifle. In some systems though, that it's not going to be moved around easily, so what I'm suggesting is not to just hold the rifle while you're mounting the scope. Have it somewhere where you can set it in relatively solid, where it's stable. The thing you need to do is make sure that the rifle is level, or at least the rings are level. So you'll need a level for this process, and I've gone ahead and mounted this rifle in here into the MTM rifle shooting rest, and leveled the action so that it's. You want to make sure that you have enough eye relief at the back of the scope so that the scope doesn't hit your eye. This rifle is chambered in 223, so recoil will not be an issue with this scope, but a heavier kicking rifle, you may want to have enough eye relief between the scope and your eye. Eye relief is I set the scope on the highest magnification because this will give you your shortest eye relief. You dial it back down to 3 power, like this is a 3 to 9, the 3 power will have even more eye relief. So with your rifle leveled and your scope adjusted front to back, it gives you the best eye relief for holding your scope. Level the scope in the mounts. Every scope will be different. This scope happens to have flat caps. Okay, now put the top of the rings on, and you want to tighten these rings down evenly. You can tell that they'll be even by looking at the gap on either side of the ring. Check that the ring gap is the same on both. Just a bit, quarter turn under time. Okay, I'm feeling like some of these are getting to the point where you don't really want to get them too much. Okay, that's pretty tight. Nice and evenly, so there's no torque. You don't want to just tighten down this one and then this one. You want to do it in a pattern, nice and even. Even is the key. Scope, tighten down. Bring this back to your lowest power setting, which is 3 on the scope. And the next step is to bore sight this. One of the simplest things I found, I don't have a laser bore sighter, so what I do is I take the bolt out. This works for bolt action rifles obviously, but how I go about bore sighting this is I look through the bore at a point that is, 10 or 15 yards away, and then I get the vertical crosshairs to line up with the vertical of the object that I'm looking at. Usually I use a corner of a wall or a window edge, a window frame, something like that that I know is vertical. Line up the crosshairs with the center of the bore, and then adjust the elevation close. Remember that your scope is above the bore, so that you don't want your crosshairs to be exactly where the bore is pointing. You want it to be slightly above. Otherwise, when you get to the range, you'll find that you're shooting low. That should be all for now. I think I'm going to have to go to the range this afternoon and sight this rifle in.